Hello, I'm Bill Lampton, often referred to by my clients as the speech coach for champions. A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to interview on my weekly radio program, The Communication Corner, which airs on WBCX FM, the campus station for Brenau University in Gainesville, Georgia. I had the privilege of interviewing Barbara J. Peters, a marriage relationship expert. It was a great privilege to interview her, and she brought some terrific information. It's also an honor to share with you the information that she brings in this book, The Gift of a Lifetime, with the subtitle, Building a Marriage That Lasts. This book has several key points that I want to share with you. Beginning on page 6, she says, research has also proven that marriage has a greater impact on our lives than most people understand. She goes on to say that people who have a mutually fulfilling marriage are far more likely to enjoy good health, good social relations, success in their work, get higher paid. Not only that, enjoy a longer life too. All of this compared to people who would be in a highly stressful marriage that wasn't as rewarding. Then next, there's something she says on page 18 that I believe is a very good comparison. She says that marriage, and she gets this phrase from one of her clients, her consulting marriage clients, marriage must have a relationship maintenance. And Barbara Peters goes ahead to say, look, we have maintenance for our car, don't we? Where you've got to rotate the tires, change the oil, and do all the other things to give it a checkup every now and then. Likewise, if you've got a house, you do some maintenance on it. In my case, my wife and I worked with a contractor recently to get the entire exterior of our house painted. You've got to do those things occasionally. And then Barbara Peters points out, with your health, you are committed to maintenance. Maybe you and your spouse belong to a fitness center. You work out regularly, you watch your diet, you're very careful about nutrition, you get enough sleep. Okay, if we've got to do maintenance with our health, with our house, and with our car, it certainly makes sense that we need to do that with marriage. And this, in many cases, is where marriage counseling comes in, getting professional help. Then on page 32, this is especially sharp, Barbara says, the partners in a marriage should not keep a tally of their mistakes. And she's exactly right. Marriage is not a scorekeeping venture. It's not like, well, you know, I did more for you than you did for me, or you did more harm to me than I did to you. Barbara says, well, if you start keeping score like that, you're going to very much be burdened like you had a heavy backpack on your back. Then on page 71, since my business primarily is communication as a professional speaker and as a speech coach, on 71 I fully agree when Barbara says, considering all the couples who have come to me for counseling, I can say with certainty that all of them needed better communication skills. On page 76, here's some more good advice, which is very good to put into practice, and that is never wait on talking to someone, that is your mate, about a concern that bothers you. Time is not in your favor here. Oddly enough, she even says arguments can be beneficial. Why? Because they get our feelings out. They help us vent. They take away some of the tension, plus they help us start addressing some of the problems. Now, as I begin to wind up this review of her book, there are a couple of other key passages that I want to share, both from the preface of the book This one says, miracles occur in relationships when two people who really love each other work together and stay focused on the solutions that build a strong relationship, rather than get wrapped up in the problems that may be dragging it down. And then on another page, early in the book, this statement, write this one down. It's absolutely something you can, as we say, take to the bank. Barbara Peters says, marriage is not about finding the right person, but about being the right person. Once again, I strongly encourage you to get the gift of a lifetime, Building a Marriage That Lasts. This book will be highly beneficial for your marriage relationship. I need to add that one reason interviewing Barbara Peters on my radio show and hosting her there and then getting to review her book here, these are such special privileges for me because my wife Sandra and I are in our 5th decade of marriage. So again, order this book. I provide the links to the Amazon page for the book. Also, I invite you to notice within the written part of this blog an invitation to view the blog that my wife and I host, livebiggerlovebetter.com. It's been a privilege to be with you. Thanks for being with me. I'm Bill Lampton.